Welcome back to the Ramadan series, guys. And as promised, this is your part 2. And over here, हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे कि आप किस टाइम पे एक्सरसाइज कर सकते हैं, कैसे एक्सरसाइज कर सकते हैं, कौन सी टाइप की एक्सरसाइजेस कर सकते हैं. एंड सेकेंडली एंड द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट इज योर स्लीप. सो लेट्स डिस्कस दैट राइट नाउ. To give a brief introduction, Ramzan is not just about food, honestly. फूड तो है ही, फूड रिलेटेड तो है क्योंकि हम रोज़ा रखते हैं, हम फास्ट करते हैं जिसमें हम पानी भी नहीं पी पाते. इसके अलावा भी जो दूसरे एस्पेक्ट्स है इसके, जैसे हमारी नींद, हमारी एक्सरसाइज, हमारी मेंटल हेल्थ और ओवरऑल जैसी जो भी होलिस्टिक चीज़ें रहती है, इन सब पे भी जो फोकस करना है वो बहुत ज़रूरी होता है और हम इन चीज़ों को अक्सर नज़रअंदाज करते हैं. And we are mostly focused on what we're eating, as I have discussed in my part 1, where I tell you guys कैसे खाना है, क्या खाना है, कैसे वेट मैनेज कर सकते हैं, कैसे आप अपने ब्लड शुगर्स मेंटेन रख सकते हैं. सो इफ़ यू वांट टू नो अबाउट दैट, डोंट फॉरगेट टू चेक द part 1 out, which is completely based on eating smarter in Ramadan. The first thing that you guys need to remember is कोई भी चीज़ को एकदम सर पे नहीं बिठाना है. इट्स वेरी सिंपल, इट यू डोंट हैव टू स्ट्रेस अबाउट इट एंड just keep going with the flow, one thing at a time. So many of our friends, they always ask us, not even water? Yes, not even water. Because of that, we are completely dehydrated throughout the day. And इस situation में exercise करना या heavy cardio sessions करना या anything of that sort can put you in a very heavy burnout mode. And उसके लिए, keeping that in mind, we need to exercise and sleep smarter. आपकी बॉडी तो डिहाइड्रेटेड रहती है, उसके साथ साथ ही आपकी एनर्जी वैसी नहीं रहती जैसे नॉर्मल डेज में रहती है. योर एनर्जी अवेलेबिलिटी इज वेरी लो ड्यूरिंग रमजान बिकॉज you do not have food in your system for very long hours. Because of that, your recovery also slows down. So in Ramadan, if your workouts suddenly feel harder, you feel like you can't push through as usual, um, just remember that it's not you, but it's the changes that your body is going through, and you are not meant to push yourself that hard. Your goal during Ramadan should be to maintain your strength, to maintain your mobility, to maintain your routine, and to avoid burnout at any cost. Talking about the best time to exercise. See, in Ramadan we are very busy on honestly हमको उतना टाइम नहीं मिलता जितना टाइम हमें देना चाहिए हमारे वर्कआउट्स के लिए. But let's make sure that we can make the most out of that time, whatever we can. Now let's discuss the best time for your exercise. There are a few times जहाँ पे आप exercise कर सकते हो, but we need to keep one thing in mind that आपकी priority जो है आपकी हेल्थ होनी चाहिए, नॉट कि आप अपने आप को कितना ज़्यादा पुश कर सकते हो. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट देयर आर 2 टाइम्स वेयर अ पर्सन कैन वर्क आउट, बट इट डिपेंड्स आपका स्केड्यूल क्या है, आपका रूटीन क्या है. सो लेट्स डिस्कस दैट. नंबर 1 इज आफ्टर योर इफ्तारी. See, this is the most practical time for me personally because I get free. I don't have to prepare anything. I don't have to be in the kitchen and all my work is done. So when you pick this time, that is after iftar, you can go on for heavier exercises, strength training like your usual, and you can go on for intense cardio sessions. Not that much, but moderate cardio, moderate to intense cardio sessions. And basically you can go on about like you can go on about your usual gym routine with your usual gym workouts if you are planning to work out after iftar. Why this is one of the most practical reasons is because you have freshly eaten food, you have hydrated yourself, your body is very replenished right now, you have the energy stores that you need for your workout. Now the second option is before iftar. This is a lighter option because if you are planning to work out before iftar, your workouts need to be light. You cannot do as intensive cardio sessions, and you can't lift as heavy weights that you usually do right now. Please make sure that you do not do heavy workouts when you're working during this time, because you will definitely feel dizzy, you will definitely burn out, and obviously we do not want that. The best kinds of exercise for this time, that is before iftar, is light walking, your mobility exercises, and light weight training. Talking about what kind of training will actually work for you. Instead of very long cardio sessions, you should focus on strength training 2 to 3 times a week, walking daily, and your mobility and stretching exercises. See, when it's Ramzan time, you do not need to chase your personal best, your personal PR, but you should choose something that you know कि आप वो 30 दिन तक फॉलो कर पाओगे. जैसे फॉर मी इट इज वॉकिंग डेली. It can either be brisk walking, or it can be light walking, or it can just be chit chatting and walking with a friend, because it helps and it does give you some form of calorie burning. And just make sure that whatever you pick, you have to be consistent for 30 days. So choose according to that. Note that consistency matters more than intensity here. आप कितना ज़्यादा एक्सरसाइज करते हो ये मैटर नहीं करता है, बट ऐसी एक्सरसाइज चूज करना जिसके साथ आप कंसिस्टेंट रह सकते हो, जो आप पूरे 30 दिन फॉलो कर सकते हो, वो एक्सरसाइज चूज करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Now let's talk about the part that everybody ignores, and that is your sleep. ये जितना simple है उतना ही आपके लिए important भी है. Now I know that a lot of you guys enjoy staying awake up till सहरी, और सहरी करके सोना, सहरी तक मस्ती करना आप लोग को बहुत पसंद है, but it does a lot of damage. And there are a few people who get very less sleep because they wake up very prior to Sehri, because they want to perform their tahajjud prayers and then go on for their Sehri. Um, as much as ibadat is important during Ramzan, we need to make sure that we are not compromising on our health, and sleep is a key factor to your health. To put in simple words, टूटी हुई नींद या ब्रोकन स्लीप जो होती है वो आपके हंगर को बढ़ाती है. टूटी हुई नींद या very poor sleep, it also affects your blood sugar spikes throughout the day. And talking about workouts, आपकी recovery भी बहुत ज़्यादा slow हो जाती है when you are not giving your body that time that it requires, and that is sleep. Now I know that it's not really practical to complete 6 to 8 hours of sleep in Ramzan, but we can make a few choices that can get us closer to that and does very less damage to ourselves. Number one is to create a sleeping window. You need to figure out कि आपके लिए ये टाइम सोने का सही है, या इतने टाइम में आप नैप ले सकते हो, या इतने टाइम में आप एट अ स्ट्रेच 2 या 3 घंटे सो सकते हो. And this will be your window throughout the 30 days, and this has to be your personal time, and just make sure that it's not getting interrupted by anything and you are giving your body the rest it deserves. Another practical tip is taking short naps for 20 to 30 minutes throughout the day. This is more like a power nap theory. Basically, this will give your body a short rest, and your body can then be recharged for a little longer. एक गलती जो हम सब करते हैं, you need to avoid very heavy meals just before sleeping. इफ्तारी कर ली, उसके बाद डिनर भी हैवी कर लिया, और फिर आप जाके सोओगे तो एसिडिटी और गैस के साथ साथ आपको नींद भी अच्छी नहीं मिलेगी, एंड इट एक्सप्लेन्स दैट पूरी चीज़ें खराब होने वाली है. So now putting it all together, that is your food, your exercise, and your sleep. All of these work together, and when these three are aligned, your energy stabilizes, आपकी cravings कम होती है, and your Ramadan feels more manageable and easier on your body. So this was part 2 for my Ramadan series. I have tried to give you guys as much information as I can, and I have tried to put it in very simple words. I hope these 2 parts have helped you, and I hope आप इसमें से चीज़ें pick करके अपने रमज़ान में follow करेंगे, and I really hope this helps you guys in any way. Now, as promised, the PDF will be in the description of this video. I will also be sharing it on my Instagram stories, so make sure you're following me there, and happy Ramadan to all of you.